Dan Brown, Toy and Plastic Brick Museum, Blair, Ohio. You're currently standing in the Master's Room, which is an eclectic collection of different things, prototype models, prototype drawings, one-of-a-kinds, things that don't exist, and things that do exist, but no one will admit they exist. So this is one of my favorite rooms in the place.
Yeah, and there's so many cool, interesting little models, like you said, maybe just like one-of-a-kind models and things. What are some of your favorites in here?
Well, it's tough to choose. I mean, the Lego beer truck is pretty wild. That was a impromptu auction that Lego had at Legoland. They were just getting rid of some old models that were there, and they had a little back room area, and they had I guess a crisis supposedly happened when Michael Jackson did what Michael Jackson did, and they sold off the Michael Jackson model, and they had a whole bunch of other models laying around, so they did an impromptu auction, and a couple people that were at Legoland at the time stopped in the auction and bought things. Well, one of the kids was the garbage truck, the beer truck, that he bought all those in one shot, and I bought them from him. Other ones are specific models, like the great car right there that has all kinds of little hidden doors and other stuff. That was a retirement gift for one of the Legoland employees, or one of the Lego employees, excuse me. And then if you look over there, the Cheezosaurus Rex, the orange guy on the shelf riding the surfboard, he doesn't exist. They never, it was a prototype model. He was one of the fourth models. They had the Tony the Tiger, the Toucan Sam, and Ernie the Elf, and they were going to do a Cheezosaurus Rex as well, but the cost was too much, I guess. He took up too many orange bricks, so they didn't want to allocate that many orange, because at that time they allocated bricks versus using clear and injecting, so they had to allocate certain numbers for certain things, so Cheezosaurus never made it. So there he is. I actually found him from the original builder, and I got him to this day. Another one that I wanted, I think it was the Brickfest auction years and years and years ago. That was the Toucan Sam with the original signatures on it, so that's one of my favorites.
So that would have been quite a few years ago for Brickfest.
Oh yeah, that was one of the, I think it was my first show I ever went to. So I went there, and they had the charity auction, and I won that at the charity auction. Other things that are pretty cool that most people would look at and say that's not that impressive, but there they are. Those are all prototype models for different displays. They were all sitting in a Master Builder's room over at Enfield, Connecticut. And I was able to get them from each different master builder, because they had different things, and I was able to meet them. And I, of course, being the collector that I am, I asked for different things. I even got the original NC 1701 Star Trek ship. So I was able to get that from one of his desks before they had the poo attack. I guess they had a broken pipe that came in and turned around and took out the master builder's thing. So, but some of the models were saved because they were actually here. So I feel good about that.
And then over here, I see you got the guy at the computer kind of going on here. What's the story behind that?
That's Bill. Bill was my sponsor at Lego. He was the, I forget what his exact title was, but he was like the Eastern coordinator for the Lego company. And before he retired, he became my sponsor at the company. When you do a project like mine, they turn around and they assign you a person. Basically, he's your liaison that helps you get things done. And he turned around and I said I would make him immortal by putting him in the museum. So there he is, and there's his cat.
Okay. So yeah, you got his whole setup there, even the Lego build desk and everything there.
Yep. That was kind of fun. We couldn't fit his knees underneath it, so that was actually a desk built by a college student that wanted to have a Lego desk in his college dorm room. So when he came in here, the guy helped me. We actually lifted up, and we were able to build underneath it to get it high enough to be able to put Bill's knees underneath it. But yeah, so we've got just an eclectic, design build scenario, and this was the room that kind of came in and went, okay, what do we do with all our prototype models, like the Man on the Moon? That's a prototype model. The drawings that we had from the band, we found them when we got the band. They were stuck in a drawer inside the band, so everything went well with that, and we turned around and put it in this room. So this is one of my favorites, because it's just kind of a whatever type room. It doesn't really have a theme, except the lack of theme is the theme. So.
And speaking of other kind of unique things over here, you've got, I see in all these little pockets here, you've got some old. So there's a Brickfest 2006 brick. You've got a Brick Fair 2008. Was that the event kit there?
Yeah, that was the event kit. A different the cube guys, the brick cubes. So we got them. A original basketball players. Lego Sports. We got one of each one of them. These were the models that I got when I went into the back room over at Legoland, California, where I was over there picking up models. They had damaged and pulled items. When kids get into things, they pull them. And I got a couple of park benches and a minifigure. It's just, different things that I enjoyed. And as a collector, it's kind of fun to get things that don't exist or one of a kinds that are just kind of bizarre and weird and wild.
Yeah, and there's so much interesting stuff like that, and this is a great room to bring that all together. The unique things that don't really have a place anywhere else.
Oh, I mean, from Brick Dudes to Galador, I mean, everything's in this room. To original Lego slides. We've got original Legoland slides that were given out as tourist attraction items.
Oh, okay, so you could kind of take, something to take home then as a, yeah.
Yep. So, we got, you name it, we got it, and it was one of those things where if it didn't fit somewhere else, here it is.
Yeah, well, that's a cool eclectic collection there, like you said, so thank you for showing that to us.
Well, thank you very much.